everybody, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today. We are back again to try and villager hunt for Murphy. I did this last time and I did not find him. Just to fill you in if you are not aware, so my island is currently based off of the Bob's Burgers movie, and Murphy in particular is supposed to represent the Kuchikopi nightlight that Louise has, because if you ask me, I feel like Murphy is a very close representation. Not exact, of course, because Kuchikopi is literally like this little toy nightlight, but like they look pretty similar. Oops, I forgot to mute my phone. Silly me, that is my fault. I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. Also, hey, if you did not see this last time, this was a gift from my fiance. It's a cute little piece of artwork of Isabel. So there will be that in the background now. Oh no, don't worry about it, Megs. It's okay. You're good. You're good. I'm having like a bit of a moment right now, though. I feel like for some reason I'm like missing something. Like I feel like there was something I either needed to like update command-wise, or something I needed to like update or change, and I can't remember what it is. I might just be paranoid for no reason, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. Anyways, I have plenty of tickets. I went ahead and dropped off my ladder already. I double-checked that the plot was still open, so we are good to go. Let me go ahead and say hello to everyone before I inevitably forget, because I'm very forgetful. Hello Shiver, hello Megs, hello Hannah, hello Melina and Alyssa. Is it Alyssa or Elisa? Either way, welcome in. Look here, welcome in. Hello Celestine Steel, welcome in as well. I love how I can't open a water bottle on stream. There we go. I struggled to open a plastic water bottle on stream. How embarrassing. How humbling. I hate being forgotten. Oh, wait, did you hear me? I said hello. Either way, hello, welcome in. I'm just very forgetful by nature, and I'm not proud of it, but it's okay. I do my best. By the way, so it's already like past the point now, but out of curiosity, who here does the Mayday Maze whenever it happens? Oh, and yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Shiver. Lately, I've been watching the Bob's Burgers movie just periodically, just to make sure that like I brush up on my knowledge of it, and that way I can try to make things as accurate as I possibly can on an Animal Crossing island. It's been, I think, like a good week though since I last watched it, so I might watch that tonight. It's a good comfort movie. It's funny, it's cozy, but I also need to watch it regularly. How has everybody's week been so far? I know we're only a couple of days in, but how was everybody's week thus far? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like really, really terrible, 10 being amazing, let me know. Oh, and I didn't pin a message like I normally would. I'm gonna go ahead and pin the member link. Finishing finals almost done. Yay! I'm happy for you. I know that's always super, super stressful for everybody, like regardless of what grade level someone is or like what subjects it's for. Like it's just not a very peaceful time. I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. And hello, Coda. Welcome in as well. We are just now getting started. Just kind of finished up my spiel. This is the first island that we are going to. Could you imagine if somehow right away I got Murphy? I don't even know what I would do with myself. Last time he proved to be pretty difficult to find. Oh, and I did want to update you guys. Do you remember in one of my last streams, I was talking about how I had searched through my little tiny container of little amiibo cards? I couldn't really find any for the villagers that I needed for this island, but then I realized that up where I keep my camera, there was 2 amiibo cards. One of them is Poppy. I don't know why it's there, but whatever. I must have put it there at some point for a reason. One was Poppy, and the other one was Bob the cat. So I do have the one for Bob eventually, so I'm probably going to save that for later on. Just because since I know I have that amiibo, I'll probably just make it one of the last filters I get. Because y'all know me, I do strongly prefer to villager hunt when possible, but like I will use amiibos sometimes. It's been pretty chill. I'm glad to hear it. I would say my week so far, I mean, it's been busy. I mean, aside from today, it has been fairly busy, so that's been really stressful. So I'd honestly give it like a 6 so far. Like, it's not like outrageously awful, but like not like perfect either. I'm doing my best though. Hello, Nick. Welcome in. Did I already? Did I already say hello to everybody? Yeah, I did. Okay. Thought somehow I missed someone. See, I'm telling you, I'm a little frazzled today. Hey, Busy Bee, do you work off stream? Not necessarily. I babysit for family sometimes. I don't disclose the ages of the people that I watch just because I don't have explicit consent from the family to do so. But I watch younger family members. And somebody else in the family that was involved had been in the hospital for a real long time recently, and they only just got home like yesterday. So they're just trying to get settled, get their strength back, and I've just been helping to watch the youngsters on their behalf. Tomorrow morning we'll be busy. I have to help my friend take a few cats to the vet at 8. I hope that goes well. I feel like that is gonna be kind of stressful, at least to me that sounds stressful. I am so sorry. I feel like a lot of cats do not appreciate being taken to the vet. Obviously it's in their best interest for whatever reason that they need some kind of medical attention. But like, I feel like most cats don't appreciate it. So I hope that that goes well. Yeah, I just babysit periodically. I'm not in school anymore. No, literally, like, I feel like most cats that I see or that, like, I'll hear about are just very, very unhappy. I'm taking the vet. By the way, I did not cut my hair. It's in a low ponytail at the moment. I promise I'm not bald. Yes, I am a cat lover. So I feel like realistically, I don't know how many cats of my own I could handle having at once. Like, I feel like Luna is enough for me. Yes. I very nearly renamed her whenever I first adopted her, but she just really suited the name Luna, and that was the name that the shelter had given her. I think I've told this story, but whenever I got there, I asked about it, and she had apparently only been there for like 3 days. They said that somebody had found her and dropped her off there. They had her, I think, spayed like the day before I met her, and they just named her Luna, and she just really suited it. I almost named her Amethyst because I loved that name for a cat as well, and I'm super into crystals. But then again, she seemed like very responsive to the name, and I just felt like at that point, you know, she suits it, she responds to it, I may as well just keep it. Two are just getting blood work, and the other one has been having ear issues off and on, but her cats are chill. I know 2 of them are like going to the vet. That's pretty lucky then, honestly, because I feel like, again, most people's cats do not appreciate being taken to the vet. I hope they feel better soon, though. It's so fun. Yeah, exactly. I had, for a good while, let it be called the Crouton Garden, but I changed it back to its original name. I know someone's cat right now that, like, his ears, like, not like an inner ear infection, but it's like the outside of it, and it's like so swollen that instead of like going up normally like it's supposed to, it like goes to the side, and it's just like all puffy, and it makes me sad. I feel like naming something Amethyst in this community is bad juju because you had an alternate player on Harmony named Amethyst and they were deleted a few days later. True story. So maybe it was a good thing that I didn't call her that. But I almost did. I was very close. They're healthy, just an overall check to make sure they're all good and no underlying issues. We were trying to pinpoint what is going on. Well, I hope you'll get everything sorted, and I hope your trip to the vet goes smoothly. The way that I said that makes it sound like you're going to the vet for yourself. I have never understood this villager. Why does he wear underwear on his head? I don't like that. And why is he smiling about it? Nasty man. Gosh, I still keep feeling like there's something I'm forgetting here that I was supposed to like do or like change, update, add, just something of that sort, and now it's like I feel like I'm losing my mind. Hello, Anthony, welcome in. Hello, Hank, welcome in. Let's make bets, actually. Okay, I'm gonna put it as a poll just so it's easier to see how many people are saying what, but we'll make bets really quick about something. Hold on. I don't remember who it was, but I swear I thought I saw a stream the other day where somebody else was also villager hunting for Murphy. The poll should be up in a moment. All right, just yes or no, do you think I'll find Murphy today? For context, this is my second villager hunt for him. Murphmeister being difficult? He is, truly. You can barely see her, but I think her name is Sally? I could be remembering completely wrong, but she's like an orange squirrel. Oh, it's Eli, welcome in. I feel like as much as I want to find Murphy today, I feel like I'm not going to. But if I do somehow, I feel like it's gonna happen like weirdly early on in the stream. And then I'll have to kick another villager out, which is what happened last time. I didn't find him, but I found somebody else. So I think that was Stitches? Yeah, it was Stitches. So I took Stitches in, and then I kicked somebody else out. What role is Murphy? Murphy's going to represent the Kuchikopi nightlight that Louise has, because they look really, really similar, especially if you put them side by side. Is Sally one of your dreamies, or do you just kind of like her in general? I feel like, I don't remember who started this theory or who like originally started talking about it, but I feel like for every single Animal Crossing villager out there, there's at least one person in the world who really loves them or like says that that villager is their favorite. You should watch King of the Hill. I have heard of it many times, but I've never seen it. I can't explain it, but that villager back there, it looks like he would be really good friends with Mordecai from regular show. Hello, Crazy, welcome in. I don't know if it'll be... Actually, I probably will do it for tomorrow's stream. I've been doing my vertical streams where my camera is on top and the game is on the bottom, but I think I did a poll once where a lot of you said that you liked it this way, but at the same time, I kind of still want to try it the other way around at least once when you cameras on the bottom, games on the top. So I believe since tomorrow's stream is going to be probably Stardew Valley, unless I change my mind, I might just go ahead and try it tomorrow just to see how I feel about that. And who knows, maybe you guys might end up liking it better too. I just feel like it's an option worth trying at least once. That, and then I also am starting to work on planning my next Community Games Day stream. I don't have a date yet or any specific details that I can give you, but I am starting to plan it. And if the villagers I want in Starlight. My husband's silent. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, excuse me. Actually, no, I do know why I'm yawning so much. I slept last night, but my lovely cat decided to be super obnoxious last night and wake me up repetitively, so that was fun. So I've been trying vertical streams because I've noticed that they tend to be a bit better for discoverability with live streams. It makes it a little bit easier for me to get seen in the algorithm. There's a lot of creators out there that do a lot of the same things I do, that post and stream a lot of the same things that I post and stream, and it can be really, really hard to get seen, and because this is my income, it's really important that I get good discoverability. Horizontal streams are not gone forever. I've just been doing a lot of the vertical ones because, again, they're great for discoverability. And it's also just something new to try. But eventually I'm going to reincorporate at least some horizontal ones. And then 100% whenever I do things like really big, like Community Games Day streams of sorts, those will always be horizontal just because, at least in my mind, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, exactly. It helps a lot with the algorithm. If I was in a niche where there was a lot less people posting and streaming what I post and stream, I probably wouldn't have done it. But it's just like a really common category, you know? Oh, never mind. Okay, I wanted to do the gifted memberships thing, and then I remember that I did it last time for my birthday stream. I almost just clicked something else where I would have sent out way too many memberships at once. Oopsies. Because I have it set up in a really annoying way where like the smallest option is at the bottom and the biggest option is at the top. So if you accidentally misclick, you could wind up accidentally spending like a couple $100s. Which I guess technically I would end up getting back because it's my own money. But I wouldn't get back all of it because YouTube takes some. I feel like I really need to start getting these DIY recipe bottles more. If somebody reminds me, I will go and get them more, but realistically, if nobody reminds me, I'll probably forget. You can do your physical therapy. Bye, Celestin. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, I just need somebody to like yell at me in the chat periodically, so I actually go and pick them up. I was thinking about something recently, and I'm very torn in regards to Animal Crossing New Horizons because on one hand, I've still got like a handful of island themes that I want to try out that I feel like as long as I really put in the time and the work for it, that they could turn out really good, but it'll also take me like maybe like a couple months each to do. And I feel like by the time that I'm getting around to having finished all of those themes, we'll know a lot more about the next Animal Crossing. I mean, maybe that's just my prediction. Then I feel like, what if by that point they start shutting down the internet parts of Animal Crossing New Horizons, like the internet access? Then I don't know what I'm going to do at that point, because I've also talked about how eventually I do, for real, want to settle down on a forever island, which I've tried to do before, and then I went back on my word and I decided to go back to making themed islands, which has been fun and all, but if I'm not careful and I continue doing too many themed islands, I could end up screwing myself over. And furthermore, what I mean by that is, let's say if right now instead of this island, let's say for right now, hypothetically, I had my forever island that I was going to do, okay? So we have this hypothetical forever island. It would be really, really smart to, you know, stock up on things like certain resources, like certain types of wood or iron nuggets, so on and so forth. DIY recipes, cooking recipes, all that kind of stuff, because that's something that you're going to want to have well stocked up and acquired by the time that the internet access shuts off. So that way you're well prepared for completely playing on your own without any kind of internet help. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just worried that if I get too caught up in doing all these themed islands, that I'm going to miss out on a good time window to be able to do that. So it's like, how many themed islands can I really afford to do before I need to like make myself stop and actually make a forever island? Do you see what I'm trying to explain here? I feel like that might have been kind of all over the place, but I hope my explanation made sense. It's just something that I've been worrying about a lot lately. Might be helpful to spend too. That's why I said on island a while ago. I really need to, but at the same time, I feel like I've just got so many good ideas, and I feel like I want to do all of them. But I know realistically, because of how long New Horizons has been out now, I cannot do all of them. Like, we all know because the Switch 2 is coming out. People can like pre-order them and whatnot. And we've got games already lined up and everything. It's only a matter of time before the new Animal Crossing is announced, and then this one has its internet shut off. Like, we're a lot closer to that than we think. So I just feel like I need to limit how many more themed islands I do before I get onto the forever one. You know? In fact, since we're so close to having the Switch 2, and we already know, like, to a certain extent information about it, and to a certain extent certain games that are going to be available, how much longer do you think it'll be until we actually hear about the next Animal Crossing? Okay, here's what I'm torn about. Teddy. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream, by the way, and thank you for being a member for 44 months. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Mountain Dew. I don't think Nintendo Online is shutting down for a while, considering that Switch 2 is supported by online as well. I suppose so. I just feel like Nintendo, not Nintendo, but like the internet features for Animal Crossing New Horizons specifically could still end up shutting down. Because I feel like with the 3DS, New Leaf, I feel like had its internet connection ability shut off, but then there were still other things you could kind of sort of do. There were just certain games that got cut off after a certain point, and that's kind of what I've been trying to explain here. Like I'm very torn. Like there's a Supernatural one that I want to do, of course. You guys all know how much I love Supernatural. There's also a different theme that I haven't even talked about yet that I feel like would be a ton of fun. I don't even know how I would pull it off, but I would figure it out. I'm pausing my little tangent for a second to say that Teddy is one of the builders I have on my list. So now I'm thinking, should I take him and then kick somebody else out or no? Because last time my issue ended up being what it typically is, where I just don't talk to my own villagers enough, and that's why none of them were getting thought bubbles. So I fixed that last time. And hello, how are you? I've just been going on a tangent. You guys think I should take him? I think so too. And don't pull a Faith. I will never, ever forget that. I was so angry, but at the same time, that was honestly an iconic moment. It really was. Okay, I'll go ahead and take him so that way there's at least some sort of success from today. And I'll just have to change the pinned message, I guess, temporarily. Okay, so back to what I was saying a moment ago. Now that I've got this all sorted out and Teddy's going to be at the island, since we know as much as we do at the moment about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the certain games that have been announced, how much longer do we think that, excuse me, it'll realistically be until we hear about the next Animal Crossing? And I'm going to change the pinned message. Here we go. If I made a typo, just pretend that I didn't, okay? Mind your business. Okay, cool. That means I can mark him off my list. So far on the list we have Stitches. We already have Tammy technically. I've been reading her off like as if I still needed her, which like that was kind of my fault for reading it that way. I do technically have Tammy. So Tammy, Stitches, and Teddy. Doing pretty good so far. I still ideally would like to have Murphy because he's a very important character. That's all right. I'm just gonna double check that I went through, and then if not, I will rage quit. Honestly, Mountain Dew, if you're right, I literally would probably shart immediately. Like if we get to June and we hear literally anything about the next Animal Crossing, even like the tiniest little crumb of information, I would shart over that immediately. No hesitation. Hello, Alan, welcome in. I'm sorry you had to join the chat whenever I was talking about sharting, but welcome in. Thinking about it, are there any villagers that I have not really spoken to? I need to fix his hair color still, I think. I think I've honestly talked to at least almost everyone. Excuse me, oh my gosh, I can literally just keep yawning. I'm going with next year, since that's around E3 time when most companies do their press presentations. Honestly, valid point. Very valid point. Yeah, that was a very funny time to be joining, but welcome in. Watch them pull an Oblivion remaster and then just shadow drop it. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that simultaneously Nintendo could do and I would not be surprised at all. And then there's the other half of the stuff where I'm like incredibly shocked by it. Sorry, I got like an itch that I can barely reach. Okay. Now that that's saved, let me just go ahead and time travel. I feel like though, should I go ahead like one day just so that way Teddy fully moves in? And then I'll go forward by a lot more days because I feel like I should. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that, but I will try to be fast about it. I feel like though, whenever they do announce it, regardless of when it is, I feel like it's going to be like the teensiest, most like brief little clip in the whole world. And it's going to be enough to get the point across that another Animal Crossing is in the works. But I feel like everybody's going to lose their minds over it. Like the cozy gaming space on both like Twitch and YouTube alike is going to lose their minds. But especially the people that like love Animal Crossing are going to lose their minds. And myself included. I still can't decide if I feel like it's going to be some kind of like a town or an island. Because we've had like countless debates about this and countless conversations of sorts, but I don't really know. Because I feel like there's perfectly good arguments either way. We had towns for like forever, every single time, like the different rules and details would just vary. And then this time we had islands. So if they do islands again, people are just going to feel like it's too repetitive. But if it's towns, people could also be like, well, we've had towns before so many times, so why would you do it again? That's another option, but at the same time, I feel like they would have to tread around that very carefully because there was Animal Crossing City Folk where it's like you had your own town and then you could go to the city via bus and that was like a whole separate area. I still feel like, in my opinion, like if I was in charge of the ideas for the next Animal Crossing, in my personal opinion, I feel like a very smart choice, and I've said it before, but I'm just going to say it again for the sake of the conversation in case anybody didn't hear. I feel like it would be really smart to, whenever you boot up the game and like you make your character first and foremost, and then you have the option in some way to choose between like a town or an island, and then depending on what you have and like what like your best friend has, you would either take like a plane or like a bus or something to go and see them. And I just feel like that would be the best way to go about it. It's gonna be a space station, right? We're all just gonna live in a giant rocket together. Like no town, no island, just a big rocket. I'll go talk to Teddy like once and then save and time travel. He's not gonna get a thought bubble either way just because he's the newest villager, and even then, even if he did, I would ignore it because I want to keep him. Animal Crossing Lost City, like Atlantis. Honestly, I would be so down for that. I don't know how many other people would be down for that just because I feel like it might not be everybody's jam, but I would be down for that. I would buy that and I would play it, of course. Much of the campsite builder is Murphy. Well, now I need to go look. Ooh. If you're right somehow, I'm ending the stream. Ew, go away. The face that he made. No, in space might actually work. Controlling the seasons is possible if they're all artificial. I might not hate Animal Crossing in space. Hear me out. What if instead of Animal Crossing in space, again, thinking about the idea of whether we have, you know, towns or islands, what if there is some kind of new NPC that we could like go in a rocket with to outer space, and we would have to wear like a little customized astronaut outfit that we could make for ourselves, and then you could have your own planet there and customize your own little planet, and there was like special stores there that you could only have stuff from whenever you went to space, and then whenever you were done you would just take that same rocket back to your town or your island. That would be cool. The question mark above its head was perfectly timed. He did not approve of how I responded, but it's okay. All right, now that I've gotten that, done with. I'm gonna go forward about 15 days and hopefully there's a thought bubble. I'll do that and then also make it slightly earlier in the day because I think the time roughly that I have it set on at the moment is like 4:30 something. And while that is daytime, I feel like a lot of the villagers tend to be roaming around most of the time at like 1 or so, give or take a little bit. All right, that's good. We're gonna ignore the fact that it's June. I feel like I might have made one of the character birthdays June 3rd. And if I did, then I'm gonna have to like close out immediately because if I go in on a birthday, I'm definitely not gonna get a thought bubble. It might even be a Saturday too, yeah. I'll check that. I wasn't paying attention on there, so I'll just look here. No, June 3rd is a Tuesday. You said about dinner. What are you having for dinner? It's not for tonight. I had it the other night, but I got Panda Express for dinner the other day and it was really good. 10 out of 10. If you like Panda Express, by the way, what's your go-to order? Because for me, I just get one of the plates that just has fried rice and orange chicken. It's very basic, but it's good. We love the awkwardly silent loading screen, don't we? Cricket, cricket. I had pizza at 3:30. I had a bowl of cereal while I was getting the stream ready. Chow mein and orange chicken. I love their orange chicken. I really do. That, and then whenever I order from there, I always get a bit of extra like sweet and sour sauce or like some chili sauce. And like I put just a little bit of it onto my fried rice. Not like, I don't like drown it. I just kind of drizzle a bit on there and that's it. Okay, so far for the poll, 91% of you have a lot of faith and you say yes, that you think I'll find Murphy, and 9% of you say no. I'm hoping that I do end up finding him, but honestly, even if I don't today, I'm honestly content regardless because I found Teddy, and I did need him, so. We're having pork chops for dinner. Any sides or just a pork chop? See, I feel like because it's a birthday, I mean, it's not my character's birthday, it's Linda's birthday. Do we think I could still get a thought bubble or no? It's not Bob's birthday and I'm playing on Bob. My college actually has a Panda Express. It ends up being the most gone to restaurant on the campus. Honestly, I would go there often too if I had that as an option. I really would. There's this place in that town I went to in college, run by the university, that had the best sesame chicken. I've heard that sesame chicken is supposed to be really good, but I've never tried it. What does it taste like? Oh no! Stitches, what? I feel like I'm not gonna get a thought bubble now because of that, but at the same time, I feel like I couldn't just miss out on one of the reactions. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna see one. I guess I'll just go forward in time again. Which, by the way, I did finish Wonder Wharf, if you didn't see, so here's a brief little tour. Well, I sort of finished it. I need a few more Ferris wheels that are this color, but other than that, I feel like I'm just about done. A few more of these, and to organize a toy area, but it's basically done. Anyway, since there's no thought bubbles, I'll go ahead and save and then go forward, I guess, like another 2 weeks. Hopefully that helps. I feel like that would have worked if Stitches didn't give me a reaction, but what can you do? Okay, I'm gonna end that poll, and now that we're talking about food, I feel like doing some of those like fun food polls. Give me a second. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there, Hank. I really would. Let me think. And then for the last one, what do I want to do here? I don't want to take forever doing this, but I'm trying to think of what the last option should be. I will do... There. So I don't know what everybody's personal preferences are, but out of these like fast food places, which one do you like the most? Just out of these options. And if you just really hate all of them that much, that terribly, then I guess don't cast a vote. But just pick whichever one you like the most out of those, even if it's not necessarily your fave. All right, there we go. Interesting. So far, Subway is actually winning. I didn't think that it would, but here we are. Of those I go to, Subway the most, so I gotta pick that one. Fair enough. I tried a sandwich there the other day. This was literally actually whenever my sister was in labor. There was a Subway at the hospital, and like I was hungry, so I go down there with 2 of her friends so we could go eat. And I normally don't like honey, like in any way, shape, or form. Like it's just not something that I enjoy. But they had like, you know how you can make like a customized sandwich, or you can just like order like a pre-set one that's already on their menu. I ordered one of the preset ones. It was a hot honey pepperoni sandwich, and it was honestly so good. And I normally hate honey in any scenario. It just grosses me out. But that was so good. So good. I think it was toasted. I had it on the Italian herbs and cheese bread. It had provolone cheese, lettuce, it had some onions, tomato, the pepperonis obviously, and the hot honey, and then I think it also had some kind of like sriracha situation on it. I don't know, something like that, but it was really, really good. If you get the chance to try that at Subway before it's gone, 'cause it's supposed to be a limited edition item, I would recommend it. Unless you don't like honey, then maybe not. I don't know, because I don't like it, but then I like the sandwich. Subway is the one place I go to when I have a short school day. That or a restaurant that I go to that has chicken wings, not Wingstop. I love that because it's me you're talking to. You had to clarify that it wasn't Wingstop. That's fine though. You know me. I do love Wingstop though. What flavor do you normally get for your chicken wings? Ooh, garlic parmesan is good. Again, I know that you're not talking about Wingstop, but I will say, on the rare occasion that I don't want something spicy from Wingstop, their garlic parmesan is very, very good. That with like some ranch is a very safe choice. It's cloudy, so I feel like a lot more of the builders are going to be inside. Yeah, inside. I had to pause to try and like correct my own sentence. My colon can't really do spicy, and that is perfectly fine. There's a lot of spicy stuff I can absolutely still handle personally, but I have noticed as my body is aging, and like that makes me sound like I'm a lot older than I am. I'm barely 24. But I have gotten to a point where I have to be a bit more careful with how much of and how often I eat hot chips in particular, because I still really like them and I can still enjoy them. I just have to be just very careful. Like for example, whenever I was younger, I could easily eat copious amounts of them while laying down and be totally fine. But now at my current age, I cannot do that anymore. Otherwise it makes me feel sick. Like I have to be fully sitting up for a while whenever I eat them and not like devour the whole bag. Otherwise it makes me feel sickly. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing any thought bubbles, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. I'm just making sure before I go to the next day. Have you ever had pickled beets? I have not, but I wouldn't be opposed to at least trying it. In a little bit, there is another poll that I want to try. Kind of, you know how I had my little tangent earlier about being concerned about how many more themed islands I'll realistically be able to do before they kind of start shutting down the internet connectivity, or however you want to call that, for Animal Crossing New Horizons in particular. Again, not the Switch entirely, but just for the game. Because I feel like since I don't play Animal Crossing every single day, it at this rate takes me like a couple of months per island theme at the minimum. I'm trying to think of how many islands I could realistically do before I have to actually like make myself stick with the forever island. Because it's May right now. And I feel like I could maybe afford to do a few more. I don't know. Because the next two theme ideas that I have that I'm very interested in, I feel like are going to be like this one where it takes me forever because I'm being so picky about it. I genuinely read that as pickled bears and I was really confused. Could you imagine? Just brining a bear. There's a local farm stand that sells pickled beets. They are so good. Honestly, I'd try it at least once. Interesting. So on the poll, McDonald's and Subway are both tied and there are no votes for Panda Express or Popeyes. I don't get Popeyes that often anymore, but whenever I do go, I just get a spicy chicken sandwich. By the way, if you have not already, please be sure to like the live stream. Liking the stream is completely free and it's a super easy way to support me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Since it's a vertical live stream, if you cannot see where it is and you're on mobile, if you go to the top of the screen where you can see my username, it'll show the like buttons there. Click in that area and it'll pull up a little menu option for you to click the like button. I know it can be a little bit harder to find for vertical streams, but it's up there. There's nobody down here. Ooh! Bam has a thought bubble. Alright, cool. It didn't take that long. The last time it felt like it took forever to get another open slot. Alright, so Bam is going to be leaving, but as always, I'm going to be very careful about it and only time travel one day at a time as the builder moves out, just because I just feel safer that way, so I don't accidentally mess something up. But then as soon as his plot is open, we'll just go back to looking for Murphy. Could you imagine if I still don't find Murphy, but I find somebody else on the list again? Because that just feels like it keeps happening to me. If for some reason I find somebody else first on the list that's not Murphy, I'm going to guess that it'll be Gale. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be my guess. Hi, Bam. Yeah, no, it does suck, because he's a good villager. He's, number one, very, very pretty. His character is just gorgeous. But he's also generally a very fun villager to be around, in my opinion. I guess Bam is banned from the island. I should say bammed, honestly. You're so right. You are so right. Going one day at a time, honestly, probably isn't as necessary as I feel like it is, but I just feel better that way. Typing up the next poll. hold on. I put too many characters on this, so I have to backspace it. Okay, I have to backspace it so that way I can fit everything. So on the title for the question where it says INT with a period, that's just short for internet. I ran out of space, I'm sorry, but it means internet. Actually, let me redo that. Okay. Those are the answer options for now. I almost put other ones, but then again, as I was saying, because we, New Horizons been out for as long as it has now, I'm gonna put the other details of already knowing about the Nintendo Switch 2. They're already announcing like certain games and everything. I feel like we're right on the edge of finding out about the next Animal Crossing. And so, it does take me a good couple of months at the least to finish a singularly themed island. So, I don't know. I just would appreciate anybody's input if they could, put that on the poll when they have an opportunity to. There's no right or wrong answer per se. I just want to know what you guys think. If I check again, Shiver, and it is Murphy this time, I don't even know. It just keeps giving me literally so many reactions. I think people will riot when online for acnh gets shut off. That's why I'm trying to be really careful about how many more themed islands I do, because like as fun as this is, like I need to make sure that my forever island, hypothetically for the future, is prepared. And when I say prepared, I don't even mean like super far progressed. I just mean having a bunch of DIY recipes collected, a decent amount of money to build off of as long as I use like the right methods and whatnot to maintain that and grow that. You get the idea, right? Right? Stitches is honestly a sweetheart. He really is. Okay, I don't remember where Bam's house is, but either way, he's still here, so I will save and time travel one more day, and then he should be gone. I feel like 2 more would honestly be a very safe bet, just because at that point, I feel like I will have scratched the itch of doing a bunch of different themed islands. But then again, I feel like that'll give me a good amount of time to slowly but surely be able to gather a bunch of the stuff that I want and need. Does it still have a policy where all campsite builders must be pink or something? I guess. Maybe she wants to go to Barbie Land where everything is pink. All right, since that's loading up, I can go ahead and change the pinned message again. There we go. Just gonna wait for that to pop up so I can pin it. There we go. I have been, honestly, over like the past few months so bad about drinking enough water. I have makeup on right now, so you can't really see it, but underneath that, I have been breaking out so much more than I used to. And it's been really frustrating, but I think it's honestly just my own fault because I'm going to expose myself here, but I drink way too many sugar-filled sodas, and it is so bad. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason for why I keep breaking out is because of all the sugar, so that's great. I just drank some, but you know what? Just for you, Megs, I will drink more. I've already kind of, even though like this is like very much in advance because I'm gonna have the other themed islands to do unless I only settle on one of them to do. I've already started to debate what I'm gonna call the forever island that like I actually keep, because at that point I'm gonna really have to keep it. Because like I tried to a while ago and I named it Wildwood, and I honestly might just do that again. But I also like, and I think other people have done this, but I like the idea of naming my island Vanilla, even though like that would like imply not time traveling and stuff like that. I just feel like it's a cute name. I also like the idea of naming my island Home. I feel like that'd be fun. There we go, okay. Hole was covering up like a big chunk of the screen. My two islands are Rickety and Last Light. They're references to the games I love. Rickety is a Pokemon and Last Light is a location in Baldur's Gate 3. Did I pronounce that right, by the way? And also, are they like themed off of anything in particular, or are they just like island names that you vibe with? Such a name island, 4 cups of flour? Stop. I'll be the vanilla extract island, you can be the flour island, and then each of the other mods can be a different cake ingredient. I could barely see who the villager was at first. I mean, I knew it wasn't Murphy, but I still wanted to see like who it was. Hello everyone, hi Lexi. Hello Nuggy, welcome in. What are teams that I vibe with? Last Light is all about getting all the villager photos, and Rickety is about... I gotta abandon Rickety. Me. Me, whenever I get super into a certain theme for a while, and then I'm like, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. Or just with any given Animal Crossing island, really. On a different note, by the way, like it's like kind of similar to what we were talking about with like the next Animal Crossing game, but like a completely different subject of that. So you know how there's like the group of people online, and you'll know what I mean in a second when I say this, but you know how there's the group of people online that somehow in some way are able to like leak things about games? I have mixed feelings about people doing that, because like I know it's like technically a bad thing. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it reveals really exciting stuff, but like it's technically a bad thing, so I got mixed feelings about it. But like, what do we think the odds are of somebody somehow finding information about the next Animal Crossing and then leaking that? Because I feel like I would not be surprised whatsoever if somebody did that. But then again, I feel like that person would probably get in a lot of trouble. I'm too hungry to focus. No worries. If you need to go get a snack or a meal or something, no worries. You're good. Enjoy your lurk. I was going to do a museum challenge on Rickety and then realized the Last Light was only missing 12 fish, and now it's only missing 8 fish. That's something I want to do whenever I do eventually get around to like my official forever island for Animal Crossing. Is I do want to like fully 100% complete the museum. I just feel like it would be fun. And like I've never done it before because I'm always like starting and resetting with different islands. But I've never really stopped to truly try and finish my museum. I just feel like it'd be a fun challenge. That, and then whenever the internet part is technically shut off eventually, I feel like it would give me something to do, you know? I don't believe leaks all the time. A lot of the time I feel like they're interest checks, so the devs fake a leak to see how people react. Very good point. That's definitely a very possible thing. That's another thing I wouldn't be surprised by. But I do feel like a good amount of leaks are still true. Definitely a lot of them aren't, like 100%. Not all of them are real, some of them are very much lies. I just feel like somebody's gonna try and leak stuff about the next Animal Crossing. Especially because like way back like months ago before they officially announced the Switch 2, information about it got leaked repetitively online. So I feel like there's a good chance it'll happen to the next Animal Crossing too. In fact, out of curiosity, I kind of want to... I'm like tempted to Google it. I feel like a lot of them are mostly real with one or two things they want to see how we react about. Very good point. I feel like that's also especially true with like games and like game companies aren't necessarily like as big as something as Nintendo. I have no idea what that is, so I can't really comment on that. I'm sorry. Okay, curiosity is eating away at me. I'm gonna Google it now. But the other thing. Okay, so, excuse me. I caved and I looked up stuff for leaks for the next Animal Crossing. I am not saying a word of what I just read because for all we know, like the vast majority of it, if all of it could like just totally be not true. But if curiosity is eating away at you too, I implore you to look that up on your own accord because I don't want to just like blatantly talk about it on stream. On the chance that a lot of it is false. Because there's a very good chance that it is. I just wanted to look it up because I felt like it. I'm not gonna talk about it though. But if you want to look it up, you should. Triple is the Pokemon in Gen 1 that's like a fly trap, the bug-eating Pokemon plant. I don't think I've seen it, but now that makes a little bit more sense. Cause like I had never like even seen or heard that word before, so I was like, what? Pardon? Evolves from Bellsprout. That I have heard of. I've heard of Bellsprout. Gosh, now I just want to keep looking at that though. I guess the one thing that I can say, because it's not even necessarily a leak, it's just a prediction that's being made, I think just by a lot of people. And I would have to agree with this prediction because it makes a lot of perfectly good logical sense. You know how whenever Nintendo's going to release a brand new console, it's very, very, very common for them to release a couple of games, especially like mainline games to go along with it, just so that way it boosts the sales of whatever console it is, right? A lot of people are apparently predicting and theorizing that at some point they'll announce the next Animal Crossing and have it release like sometime close-ish to whenever the Switch 2 fully drops, just so that way it can help to boost the sales of the Switch 2 itself. But like if that's the case, I am not prepared for spending all that money quite right now. Like that's gonna be a pretty good chunk of money, but just that kind of logic alone, I feel like does make sense. Like that I can see. Follow-up question for the poll that I just did. Okay, just give me a moment. Yes, that's honestly what I would do if I ever made a console. Same, I feel like it's perfectly good logical sense. I feel like it's a smart business move. All right, so this is just a purely opinion-based thing. There's no right or wrong answer here. Follow-up question for what I just asked, and you should still be able to see the poll results in chat. In your opinion, how many more themed islands should I do before my forever one that I actually stick with? Because of the point that we are in Animal Crossing's lifespan. But I probably never will. Well, either way, it's a very good choice. And in my opinion, additionally, with Nintendo, it would be a very good idea for them to do with Animal Crossing, because I know that they know that Animal Crossing is one of their best-selling franchises. I don't think it's like their top one per se, but it's definitely high up on their list for sure. I have a couple of ideas for how I would go about doing the Supernatural Island and like what villagers I would maybe have, because I'm pretty sure I drafted up an old list of villagers from a while back. And then the other theme idea that I had, as much as it sounds genius and fun in my opinion, I have no idea how on earth I'm actually gonna make it into an island. Because like, it sounds like a good idea in theory, but actually putting it to practice with an island is gonna be really hard. There we go. Well, it's not totally necessary. I would really appreciate if anybody, if you're watching the stream or if you pop in, if you could please vote on the poll. I'm just trying to gather y'all's opinions. In fact, let me see how many people have voted so far. Okay, so all 4 of you that have voted this far have said 2. Interesting. Excuse me. Ashino! See, she's another really good villager. I unfortunately do not need her for this island, so I'm gonna have to like skip past her. But I feel bad because she's such a good villager and she's popular. I haven't been looking for the DIY recipes like I said I would, so let's do a quick little run around and then I'll go. Hopefully it's something good that I don't already have. Personally, I think I will only ever do 1 to 2 islands. What theme do you have right now, or lack thereof? If you've already told me before, please forgive me for asking again. It can be really hard to keep track of the details for everybody's islands. There's a lot of you. Rainbow core, ooh, so like a fluorescent, like bright rainbow, or like a pastel rainbow? I feel like those are like totally different vibes. I've got like tinted chapstick on the lid of my water bottle. A bright rainbow. I feel like that'll be pretty. Are you gonna try to have all your villagers be like super brightly colored as well, or no? Oh, and by the way, speaking of rainbow core, she's not like fully rainbow or anything, but this kangaroo villager I feel like could be a good fit here if I can get her to come out from behind the tree. She's got like these patches of color on her like that. And plus I just feel like she's kind of like underrated. She doesn't really get talked about a lot. I believe her name is Astrid. And I swear I thought she normally wore like a more rainbow colored shirt, but she's not right now for some reason. Yeah, I feel like she could be good for that island. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave that poll up for another good couple of minutes and I'll probably go ahead and end it after that. But if you did want to go ahead and cast your opinion / input on the poll, now would be a really good time to do so. I really want to get some white villagers too because there are clouds at the end of the rainbow. I feel like Astrid could be good for that because she's got like some patches of color on her, but she's like mostly white. Oh, and Flurry. Flurry would be a really good villager for that to represent the clouds. Another kangaroo. This is an interesting villager hunt. Because I didn't mean to find Teddy earlier and get him, but I did anyways because he was on my list. But then I'm also finding kangaroos this time, and I feel like that's not typically the norm for me on a villager hunt. I should work on my Rainbow Core Island. You should! You absolutely should, Carisi. What if Coastal Lamb did a collab with Animal Crossing? I would honestly be thoroughly shocked. I would love to look into and play whatever it was, because I like both games. But like, at the same time, I just would be really shocked because I don't feel like Nintendo would vibe with that game at all. Given I feel like if I remember right, you can get Coastal Lamb on Switch. But like collab-wise, I don't think they would ever actually do that. You could sacrifice Wart Jr. The perfect feature, right? That's what we all want, is to be able to sacrifice Wart Jr. to the Nintendo gods. That's the real dream here. This villager is haunting me. He was at my campsite earlier, and now he's on the Mystery Island. I wanted a bear cub villager, you know, Murphy, but not him. Not that one. No, thank you. Dang it, that Switch is not charged. I'm sorry. I would definitely plug it in and then just work on it whenever it charges up. I was confused because earlier whenever I went to make sure that my Switch was charged up for the stream, I had like left it in the dock for a very long time and it wasn't charging like it was supposed to. So I had to like reset it so that way it would charge. A silly Switch always dies. Shame on them. Tisk tisk. Hi Lexi, how are you? Hello Kirby the Star Warrior, welcome in. I'm good, how are you? Okay, 2 is definitely winning on the poll. I know what that kind of thing that question is about. I know ultimately like it's at the end of the day up to me, but I still, regardless, whenever I ask those kinds of things, I like to see what you guys think too, just because I get real curious about your opinion. That's why I started the question the way that I did. I'll give the poll like another minute or two and then I'll take it down. And now I'm getting like repeat villagers. I already saw that one earlier. He's like hiding behind the tree, but it's fine. I will work on Chesterton while Aurora Bay's switch charges. Remind me again, how many switches do you have? 'Cause don't you have like a handful of them? I don't even know how it happened, but the screen on mine cracked at some point. I do have a screen protector on, but it cracked anyways. At least I'm pretty sure it's the screen, not the protector. I'm terrified to like lift it and actually see, just because if I do that, I feel like I'll get an air bubble underneath and not be able to get it back out. You have 8 of them? Which one is your favorite? Oops. If you heard that, that was me accidentally hitting my ring on the table. I said, Audie decided to move out, oh, because I have ketchup for a red villager already. I know that like pink isn't necessarily part of the rainbow, but if you wanted a pink villager, there's a good couple of options. In my opinion, I'm gonna suggest Apple because I think she's adorable. She's like a very like warm pink, like it's like almost like a reddish pink, but she's very pretty. She is a very much a peppy villager though, so if that's not really your thing, then maybe never mind. But if you don't mind peppy villagers, then I would absolutely suggest Apple if you want a pink one. Because I love Apple. I love her too. I've heard some people are scared of her though, because like the peppiness makes them uncomfortable. I think she's adorable. Splatoon OLED is my favorite because of the Joy-Cons. I love my OLED that I have. I used to have my other Switch, but that one I had to sell, unfortunately. But I have the Zelda OLED. It's funny because like I haven't played Zelda in a hot minute. Maybe I should play that more. I don't think I remember how to play. Like, it's been long enough that I feel like I completely forgot how to play. Sorry, I'm typing a poll. I'm almost done. Okay, so this one, please be very, very honest with your opinion that you put on there, or your vote, I guess. Would you or would you not watch a longer live stream where I played games I don't normally play anymore? By that, I just mean like a stream that's like definitely well past 3 hours, probably closer to like 4 or 5, or I just play like a handful of games I don't normally play as often as I used to. Is that something you'd watch or no? It's okay to say no, I would just rather you to be honest. Please and thank you. It's funny, I don't like Zelda or Splatoon, but I have both the Zelda and Splatoon OLEDs. Honestly, I feel like that's valid though. Like, I feel like it's fine to just collect things for the sake of collecting them. Like, if you have the money and you want to, then like, why not? I chose the Zelda OLED at the time. I almost said got, but technically this was a gift. I chose it at the time because I was very into Zelda, and I still do really like it. I just like haven't played it in forever. And I swear I do that all the time with games. Like, there's plenty of games that I really enjoy. I just like won't touch them for like months at a time. there's a Sol de Janeiro ad that's like completely covering my chat. There we go. I still feel like I'm not gonna find Murphy, but if I find somebody else on my list, I feel like it's gonna end up being Gale. Just a second. I still thought the Splatoon Joy-Cons are ombre. Again, totally valid. Like, even if it's literally just for things like that, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, if you like them and you want them and you have the money for it, then like, why not? It's nobody else's business what you buy, anyways. You know what I mean? That's something that I will always get heated about, is things related to what people are buying with their own money or what people are eating. Like, neither of those categories are anybody's business. Like, mind your own business, and everybody else will hopefully mind theirs as well. Even if they don't, you should still mind your own business. You know what I mean? I don't need to go on a huge rant, but you get my point. I just wish people minded their own business more often in both of those categories. I still have the other tab open where I looked up stuff about the leaks. Again, I'm not gonna like talk about what it says on stream just in case nobody wants to hear about that. But I keep looking at it periodically out of curiosity. Ooh, I just thought about something though. Let's say for the next Animal Crossing, let's say they really listen to everybody's feedback and they like add in or keep like a bunch of the features that everybody really, really wanted and loved or requested in some way, shape, or form. But what if at the same time, what if they omit the idea of villager hunting? Because villager hunting technically was not supposed to be as big of a thing as it became, because it was supposed to be a lot harder and a lot more grindy to try and get the Nook Miles tickets to be able to hunt with in the first place. But because of the invention of Treasure Island, it made it very, very easy to get them in bulk. And then people could go on super, super long villager hunts. And I feel like that was not what Nintendo intended for or wanted for the game. And so what if they get rid of the idea of Nook Miles tickets and therefore like you can't even really villager hunt at that point? So I feel like I would not be surprised. Also, please be sure to like the live stream, please and thank you. Liking the stream is completely free and it's a super easy way to help me out. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I feel like to do that, they'd have to just have Orville redeem your miles directly like Captain does for his tours. I don't really know what they would do, but like, I definitely feel like at least to some extent, they're like kind of salty that villager hunting became as big of a thing as it is, because that was definitely not their intention. Like in small amounts, yes, to villager hunts, of course, like that was, I feel like, the whole purpose of the whole Nook Miles tickets, connecting to Mystery Islands with villagers on them when you have an open plot. Like that was existing for a reason. I just feel like it became a lot bigger than they wanted it to be. But at the same time, I do really like the concept and feature of Nook Miles tickets themselves and Nook Miles as a whole. And I sincerely hope that they keep that, or either that or make something that's incredibly similar and more like adapted to the circumstances of whatever the next game is. I think it would be a real shame if they got rid of it entirely, so I hope that they don't. So if they do, they better have good reason for it and a good replacement. If you've not already voted on the poll, please do so. Please and thank you. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. I'm not sure if I will or not, but if for some reason I do post that same question on the community tab, please just put the exact same answer that you put on this one. Please and thank you. I don't even know if I will or not, but if I do, same answer. I'd like temporarily to feed the dogs. No worries, welcome back. While you're here, I do have a completely different poll going if you'd like to cast your input on that. I just need people to be blatantly honest with their answers. I know kind of regardless you don't have as much of a choice because you're a mod, but like, I would still like your opinion regardless. I will always be reminded of my OG island Mayfall because she was one of the builders that I had on there. And I guess I could probably further elaborate. Let's say I did go ahead and do that kind of a stream where for whatever reason it was longer and I played a couple of games that maybe I don't play anymore. 100% some of them would probably be Zelda. It hasn't been like outrageously long since I last played it, but I might like play at least a little bit of my Sims. And then I have that Nintendo game where it's like a compilation, or not compilation, that's not the right word here. It's a combination of a couple of different Mario games. So Super Mario 3D All-Stars got Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine. I feel like at least playing some Super Mario Galaxy would be fun too. I don't know. I just feel like I need to get more use out of all the games that I have collectively. That's why a while back I kind of stopped buying brand new games, at least for the most part. Like I seldom buy new games now, just because I really thought about it, and unfortunately a large amount of my money kept going towards buying new games all the time. And I started to feel kind of gross about it because it kind of felt like overconsumption to me, at least to an extent. And I feel like I've just been really enjoying trying to focus on playing just more of what I already have. And I feel like to do that and to really appreciate the games that I do have, I need to play some of my other ones more often. And I just feel like maybe here and there when I have the spare time for it, doing longer streams to play other games that I have would be fun. At this point in the stream, even if I don't end up finding Murphy, I will be perfectly content just finding literally anybody else that's on my list. Which, by the way, just to refresh everyone's memory, the builders that I still need... Hold on, let me click. Yes, okay, cool. I still need Gail, Bob, Murphy, Joey, Lionel, and Biscuit. I'm not thinking wrong, am I? Because I know I have a lion villager, and now I'm like, wait, which lion villager do I have? I feel like some of them look kind of similar. Wait, which lion villager do I have? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to check whenever I get back to the island. That's embarrassing. And then Tammy I technically have. I almost said her name, but I technically already have her. Let me check the other side, see if they have a DIY recipe. Nope, okay, we'll just go. By the way, Shiver, so I know you said you had to leave temporarily to feed the dogs. Did you hear the part of the stream earlier? Because I'm pretty sure you were here for it. Did you hear the part of the stream earlier where I said that I had looked up some of the Animal Crossing leaks? I'm not explaining what I saw, but I did see some things. Obviously, nothing's confirmed. A lot of it's probably false. But it was kind of exciting to read what people are discussing. Curiosity got the best of me. I felt like I could not control myself in the moment. I didn't hear that, but I want to remain spoiler-free for the future of Animal Crossing. Is absolutely completely valid. That's why I didn't open my mouth and start blabbing about what I read about. Because, you know, I feel like a lot of people here probably don't want to hear that either. So, but if you are not one of those people and you are curious, I just would recommend Googling that on your own accord outside of the stream. Okay, I literally muted my phone for a reason and it keeps going off anyways. That's annoying me. I'm not over. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the poll up for at least another good couple of minutes, and if you have not already voted and you would like to give your input, now would be a really great time before I take that down. Do you know that if 60 seconds pass, something will happen? That being a minute has gone by? Yes, I did know that actually. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, I'm back from dinner. I feel better now. No worries. Welcome back. I hope your dinner was good. Oh, Eric. He's a good villager. It was? Well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, I'm at a point in the stream where if I found literally anybody else on my list right now, I would probably just wrap it up at that point, because there's no telling how long it takes whenever it comes to trying to get a thought bubble. Sometimes I'm lucky and it doesn't take terribly long like it did earlier, but a lot of the time it takes like forever, and that's like not the amount of time that we have that I can spare today. So I'm just at the point where I will take whoever I can find off of my list. Ideally Murphy, but I will take somebody else on the list too. I feel like though, based off of like all the different villagers we've seen so far, I don't know, I still feel like I'll see Gale, but at the same time, maybe I will see Bob, just because I have seen some cat villagers today. Not a ton, but I don't know. Gale or Bob, probably. I don't know why I went all the way over there whenever I could already tell that it wasn't somebody that I needed on my list. Looking for a DIY recipe. Nope, okay. I got new sneakers today. They were super tight, so I shoved socks inside to stretch them and it worked. Really? Because I always just go the route of like suffering trying to break in new shoes until it's over with. Maybe I'll try that though. Given I don't get new shoes terribly often because I don't usually have a reason to. But whenever I do end up getting new shoes, it's not a fun time. Because like they're not like so tight where it's like they don't fit, but just like the firmness of a brand new shoe, you know what I mean? I could barely put my foot in the Vans. Slip-ons are super tight. I haven't bought a pair of Vans in a while. The shoes that I have are just like some random brand that I found on Amazon. They're just like supposed to be good running shoes. They're solid black though, so that they go with pretty much like any outfit. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll, but again, if for some reason you see me post that same thing in like the community tab or my Discord server or something, please just put the exact same answer on that poll as well. Please and thank you. And I'm gonna take a picture of the results with my phone. There we go. Alright. I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. I'm not like super hungry yet, but I'm gonna be hungry in a little while. I think we might just have some pizza or something, I'm not sure. Who is that? I can't see. I think that's Velma. Okay. Alright, is there a DIY recipe on the other side? Please, I hope there is. And there's not. Alright, well, I need the next island to give me a DIY recipe. Please and thank you. I wonder how many Nook Miles tickets I've used so far. I really need to start counting them and then recounting at the end of a stream to see how many I used. Oops, I did not mean to click that. It made me scroll down all the way on my own screen. That was annoying. Anyways, we're back now. You know, I'm not mad about it because Marina is adorable, but I do not need her. I feel like there's just suddenly been like a lack of DIY recipes. Like, where did they all go? Unless there's gonna be one on this side, but still. Okay, yeah, I just feel like suddenly it stopped spawning them. That's so weird. My neck is kind of stiff. Ow. I might end a little bit early. I'm not quite sure yet. I at least want to go to a couple more islands. I mean, I'm hoping I can somehow miraculously find a villager that I need, even if it's not Murphy. But like... I just saw that villager! Why is she haunting me? Maybe she's mad at me for roasting the island for not having a DIY recipe like I wanted her to be. She is coming back for revenge as we speak. And yet there's no DIY recipe still. I don't know why they just like have stopped spawning for some reason. That is so strange. You know what I thought about recently as like another thing? Gotta go, Lexi. Bye. Bye, Nuggy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. One of the other things I thought about recently was I might finally change my profile picture on YouTube to actually being a picture of me. And if I did that, I would also probably change my banner as well. I'm not sure, though. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Even if I don't change it to a picture of me, I'm just in the mood to change my icon again. She's been eating them. Yeah, she doesn't want to share, so she just reads them, memorizes them, and then eats them. That's her secret. Come on, Nintendo. I really need one of the builders right now, especially Murphy, but I will take any of the ones I need at this point. Okay, if there's not a DIY recipe on the right side, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's like, where are they? They just do not spawn anymore. It's so weird. Did you know the old Lexi profile picture that I used a while back is haunting the Discord yet? Yeah, my very old icon, the one that had like the long hair with like the cat ears put on it, it's been haunting the Discord server for some reason. It's just some kind of glitch, I don't know. Feels like my alter ego has come back to haunt me. I think I'm just gonna go to a couple more islands and then wrap it up. Whether or not I find another villager. I mean, at least today was successful regardless because I found Teddy. I feel like that happens to me a lot whenever I do find a villager that I need. It's not the one I was looking for that day. They were just on my list in general. I don't know why that happens to me so much. That, or I'll just struggle several times trying to find a single villager, and then I eventually find them. I don't know why it takes so much effort sometimes. Okay, you could barely see them, but that villager was Vesta. If you have not already, please be sure to like the live stream. Please and thank you. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so I believe I did that poll earlier where I asked you guys if you think I'm gonna find Murphy or not, and I think the vast majority of you had said yes. And then, like, I think only, like, a couple of you said no. Whoever ended up saying no, I think you guys are right. Because at this rate, I will probably not find him. I mean, I will be very thrilled if I do somehow, but at this rate, I don't think that I'm going to. We'll see, though. You never know. Wait, look for a DIY recipe, Lexi. Look. I love how as soon as I got more consistent about it, that's when it felt like they stopped spawning. Unless there's one over here, because there might be. There might be. Nope, okay. Yeah, Nintendo was just pranking me. I finally became more consistent about checking, and then that's when they stopped giving them to me. Tisk tisk. I think I'm gonna make this one my last island of the stream. If that's okay. I don't realistically think it's gonna be anybody on my list, but if it is, I will happily take them immediately. I just don't think that it will be. Excuse me. Bam, you literally just left my island and you're already trying to come back. Bestie. Stop. Looking for DIY recipes. And of course there wasn't one. Okay. Let's come back here. It's leaving. Have you never had a regret? He just misses me. Okay, well, all of this said, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my little spiel while that loads. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you could do both of those things, please and thank you. If you ever decide to purchase a channel membership or if you get gifted a channel membership, please remember to connect your YouTube to your Discord account so that way the bot and the server can give you the role. And also, if you get a silver star rank membership, you can get a monthly discount code to use for my merch site. And that code gets posted, once a month in the community tab, so that way you can check that out. I believe I updated the shop command to have the correct link because the other one was acting funny. Let me just make sure that worked. Okay, cool. So that is the functional link. With that said, thank you for being here. I'm spamming my own chat, but it's okay because it's the end of the stream. And I will see you guys next time, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time for another live stream. Bye, everyone!